If you're trying to watch this video to guess my fucking finances and figure out what the hell, don't watch this fucking video. Because you're wasting your time, my time, and you're dumb. So if you want to be educated on why I got this car and how I saved for this car, please keep watching.
Afinesseee. Look, don't ever let somebody tell you can't do something. Keep going. Keep fighting. The world is yours.
Stutter.
I gotta make a couple changes, I ain't perfect. Stepping in some puddles, but I know it's gonna be worth it. I got up on my grind, said I'ma murk it. I took the fucking game by the neck and said I'ma hurt it. I gotta blow, I gotta show what I'm about. I'm trying to change the way that I'm living and find the route. These niggas, they be rapping for fame and some fucking clout. But I started rapping when nothing was in my house, I was starving. Now I'm building my garden, so beg my pardon. Nigga, move. I'm trying to finish up something I really started. These niggas different, they bugging, they move retarded. I'm subliminal, nigga, I'm shooting targets. I'm shooting, gun them down when I be around. Now a nigga making sounds.
Hey guys, so I got the 2015 WRX Premium. I chose this car because one, the 2018 looked exactly the same, and two, the STI is more money for no reason. So all it really comes with is like a wing, and the gas tank is way smaller on the STI. And for the WRX, I think you get 23 miles to the gallon. For the STI, you get like 14, and it just has a nice pull to it. This car is so much fun, and I cannot believe that I have this car. So this is just fucking crazy to me. One thing I feel about the clutch is that it feels a little bit stiff. It's like, I don't know what's the word, I guess like notchy in a way. Like you really have to use a little more force. It's not like, well, compared to my Honda, because that shit would just boop. And I love this car. It has a reverse backup camera, and it tells me my boost. It's turbocharged. It has, the guy added horsepower apparently, the owner before me. So there's 295 instead of 268 or something. So that's not bad. And yeah, so the second time I put the deposit down, I had decided that I was gonna put in way more money than what I had expected. So now my payments are way cheaper because I put that much money, and now I took way less from the bank. I'm gonna pay the car off in 3 years, even though I put 5, just because I did that intentionally. Oh my god, I got so scared. I love this car so much. I was trying to get this specific car for like the course of 2 weeks because I wasn't planning to get it, and then I don't know, this one popped up and I was like, I have to have this one. Like I was saving for this car for a little over I literally prayed to God for this car. So when this one popped up, I felt like it was just time. I looked around and I didn't find anything as good as this one. The condition this car was in for the pricing and the mileage was just perfect. And I just knew I would not have the same opportunity if I, kept searching. So I put a deposit 2 weeks before I actually bought the car. And basically what that does is kind of holds the car for you. No one else can put a deposit planning to buy the car. It's kind of difficult to explain. Ended up refunding my deposit because I was just like, Jesus Christ, my interest with my age, and on top of that, it was just a lot of money because I originally was not going to put down the money that I put down. I was going to put down way less and have the bank give me a loan of more than half of what I paid. So the bank was literally covering more for the car than I was. So I was just like upset. I wanted to cry. I refunded the money and then I stood in my car for half an hour, my old car, my Honda SI, and I just stood in the dealership lot for half an hour. And then right before the dealership closed, I was like, nope. I put another deposit back. So each deposit is $100, and I basically spent $200 on the deposit because it takes like a week for the money to refund back. So I spent $200. I was like, whatever, I don't care. Like, I need this car. I waited a few days, and I was kind of scared at this point because when I kept searching up the car on the website, it was no longer there. So I was like, oh my God, like, what if they sold the car and they're not telling me? Or I know half of y'all just scared to know my finances, but I'm not gonna say how much money I put down. But basically, I only owe about $8,000 left on this car, and my payments are about in the 100s. So y'all can guess more or less, but I'm not about to discuss my whole finances with you guys, because I'm sure a lot of you people are watching just because you guys want to know my finances and not because you actually care on how I bought this car. But basically, I saved my ass off. I would put away like $500 a week from my paycheck. I really am good at saving, budgeting. I also had like a jar because I do not trust banks. I don't trust banks at all, and I feel like seeing the money in the bank would make me want to spend it, being like, oh, I have this much money. So basically what I did was I took those water jugs. I took it. My boyfriend, I had him spray painted black for me so I couldn't see inside, and I would literally just stuff money in there. Anytime I had $1, anytime I had anything, I literally put all the money away, didn't touch it. And a year later I counted it, and I was satisfied. I wasn't satisfied with the amount, but it was a good amount. I obviously didn't put in all my money into the car because that would be dumb as hell. But it's just funny because a week before I purchased this car, I told my friend like, oh, I counted my savings. I'm still not ready though, like it's not enough. She's like, yeah, keep counting. So literally I did not plan at all to get this car, but I ended up buying it, and it's mine. It's under my own name. Nobody helped me. Nobody can ever say that they helped me get this car because this car is under my own name, my own responsibility, my own insurance, and I'm so proud of that because I've gone through, I just knew, this would have happened either or. If I had all my other 2 cars were under my own name since I was 16. So it's inevitable that this would have happened. But yeah, look at my best friend's car. I don't know if you can see it, but she has a Subaru also. Charged. Plus, I also was looking for this car because I feel like I'm 20 and I want a car that'll, last me a long time. So I felt like this car would be perfect because it's all-wheel drive. I live in New York, so the snow here is trash, and especially for me, my school literally takes from like 20 minutes to an hour if there's traffic to get to. So I really didn't want to go through the trouble of missing school because there was days I would miss school in my Honda because the snow was so bad. So I wanted something more reliable, the way it looks. I really looked into the benefits of having the WRX, especially compared to the STI, because when I first saw the car, I was 16. And I really wanted the car because it looked nice. And now that I'm older, I really looked into it. And I've still wanted that car for the past 4 years. So that's what I did. I made the decision. The car is mine. sparkly. So in all the pictures they all look black, but it's not black. A lot of bad things that they wishing. Something that's like I'm not used to for me is that I really don't have to switch gears as much for this car because the RPM really goes at a high RPM. When I had my Honda SI, literally I had to switch RPMs at like 3,000. Over here, I think it goes to like 45. Long term wise, I'd rather be stuck with a good car, even if I wouldn't want it anyway. Because let's say I have a kid, not anytime soon, but if I have a kid and I still have this car, this is a good car either way. Yes, it's stick shift, but I feel like that shouldn't impact the driving. It all depends on the driver. So it's my Honda. Definitely, if I were to like have a kid, I would not survive. The Honda was too small. It was a coupe, so I would have to squeeze the freaking stuff. But I have to think about that because again, I'm 20. But like I like to think long term. I always think long term. So that's pretty much why I chose this car too. And of course, the sporty look is nice. So the car is in good condition. And again, I would not find the car for what I bought it for. It only has 37,000 miles. And everyone's like, that's a lot. But to me, I don't think that's a lot. And yeah, I did it. I pay my rent, my bills, my medical insurance. All of the bills that an adult has, you name it, I pay them. I'm also in college. I also have a 40-hour job. So of course my job is the reason that I bought this car, because I wouldn't be able to support myself without a job. But it also really depends on how well you save, because yeah, it really does depend on how well you save. You really have to budget yourself and
I
limit
was
yourself.
looking like a clown slipping on the ground. Now everybody wanna be me, so pass me the crown. Motivated and I never hated. I just had to grab a pen, don't compare me to basic. Don't ever let somebody tell you you ain't gonna make it. Middle finger to them niggas and tell them to face it. Gotta be patient.
So, funny story. When I went 2 weeks ago to the dealership, I felt like nauseous, even though I didn't even like put a deposit on the car down, and I didn't even purchase a car. Like I was just going to see the car. I felt nauseous. After that day, I felt nauseous for like until like the weekend after I bought the car. Just like, I don't know, affected my body negatively because it was just kind of weird and new. So when I bought the car, I went home, I went to the bathroom and I threw up. And I didn't eat that day and I didn't eat the next day. And the next day I felt so nauseous that I didn't even drive the car the whole day after I bought it. So you would think someone's gonna be so excited, but I felt disgusting. I was so proud of myself, but I just didn't understand why I was feeling like that. I guess because I was just so nervous about making a huge decision like this. And then after like 4 days, I drove the car and I felt better. But yeah, I threw up. You didn't know nobody that threw up after their first car, their first dealership car. Is me. I threw up. So I did that. I does this. Your girl threw up. So instead of a shift, it has like a knob that I press, and I switch the gear into like 6, and it automatically makes it reverse instead of 6 gear with the reverse lockout button. And once I put the reverse lockout in, the boost screen goes away
Niggas
and
and
it
tell them to
shows
face it. Gotta be patient. I'm never looking back again. Never settling for less. Don't compare me to them. I would never trust a rat. I don't got me a friend. Niggas switching over bitches is never gonna end. Damn. I'm the definition of a winner. Nobody gon' be perfect. I'm a sinner. I was broke. I had to hustle for my dinner. Bankroll. I hope you know I'm in a sprinter. I'm the definition of a winner. Nobody gon' be perfect, I'm a sinner. I was broke, I had to hustle for my dinner. Bankroll, I hope you know I'm in a sprinter. I be talking about the way that I'm feeling. If you ain't counting up your money, I don't know how you chillin'. I had to make a decision, nothing was given. Had to listen and keep myself out of prison. Keep me out. I chose a route that these niggas know nothing about. And fuck the clout, I'm just tryna buy mama a house. We not related, boy, you hated the fact that I made it. So don't debate it, cause we different, my nigga, you basic. I'm paper chasing, cash, put my shit in my stash. Tryna run up on my life, I hit 250 on dash. Looking back, I see you crashing, now you pray for the past. Should've never tried to zone me, now you running in last, bitch.
Here. So, I have my Herbalife and my purse. And that's pretty much it. So, and then this is my favorite feature about the car. But did you die? Did you die though, Meshi? Like, really? So I guess the previous owner had did that. But it looks fire. And I like how the knobs are red. It's so cute. And my yield light looks like a fucking spaceship. So, like, it looks like an emergency button for a spaceship. So I found that cool. And I don't know, this is carbon fiber. It looks kind of weird though. Like, I don't know if he put it on or it came like that, but I feel like it's a little, it feels kind of like it'll come off. And then I also have carbon fiber in the back. So,
Up a clip and ride with the ammunition. No interrupting, gotta get me a mission. I was doubted. Now I'm working, motherfucker, I'ma shout it. Niggas talking on my name, what about it? What? Try to stop me, keep finding a way around it. I be watching and plotting who I'm surrounded. If you looking for trouble, nigga, you found it. I'll get you grounded. Bang. I'm the definition of a winner. Nobody. I'm a sinner. I was broke, I had to hustle for my dinner. Bankroll, I hope you know I'm in a sprinter. I'm the definition of a winner. Nobody gon' be perfect, I'm a